In this movie, I want to clarify which testing tools are available within Visual Studio. There are 4 versions of Visual Studio that contain testing tools. Those are 2010 Professional and Premium, and also the Ultimate Edition and the Test Professional 2010. Microsoft also provides an optional server product known as Team Foundation Server. This server is the backbone of many corporate development shops. It serves as a repository for items considered crucial for your project. For example, it stores test cases and bug reports, also product work items. It also contains source control repositories, workflow generators, and progress reports. Testers get their own dedicated version of Visual Studio called Test Professional, sometimes called Test Manager. Test Manager has to work in tandem with Team Foundation Server. It works closely with the items like test cases, test plans, and environments that are stored inside Team Foundation Server. Test Manager contains a testing center that is meant as a place for testers to execute their tests and activities. For example, team managers can do test management and testers can execute their tests. Test Manager also contains a lab center. The purpose of the lab center is to manage virtual environments. You can configure different runtime environments. Individual virtual machines can be used to execute tests and retrieved later to re-simulate a testing environment. One cool thing about the Lab Center is that a tester can save a virtual machine with a bug report. When the developer checks out the bug, they can also check out the virtual machine. I'd like to talk about a few of the tests that are available inside Visual Studio. First, I want to talk about unit testing. This is available in all 4 of the editions I've mentioned earlier. A unit test is a way for a programmer to verify that the code is performing as expected. I will show examples of unit testing later in this chapter. In the Premium Edition, you get code coverage tests and a light version of the UI testing framework. And finally, in the Ultimate Edition, you get web performance testing and load testing tools. Also, you get the majority of the tools available in Test Manager. Overall, I'd say the testing tools provided in Visual Studio are practical and useful. Personally, I wish there were more testing tools in the lower price versions of Visual Studio. If you are on a budget, then consider using open source testing tools instead.